Welcome to the podcast, Angus Coutts.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in today. I don't know if I'll keep this bit in, but what happens before I'll do a bit of an introduction as to who you are.
Okay.
But I think we're going to start off with a new section called Advice from the Guests. So what's the best advice you've ever been given? Could be food related, it could be life related. What top tip do you want to share with everyone?
I mean, from a purely comedy point of view, I've got two good bits that were given by Ben Wirth and Jojo Sutherland.
Okay, well, this isn't comedy.
I didn't realize what the whole point of the podcast was, Ralph.
No. Life for everyone else.
For everyone else. Okay. If you want something done, you have to do it yourself.
Angus, we literally practiced this bit up in the coffee shop, and you told me you were going to do a bit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's not really advice. Well, it's good advice for everyone.
A food hack.
A little food hack for you.
Jesus fucking Christ. This is going to get blood from a stone this episode.
Here's something that works, right?
Right, okay.
If you get two of those little Chicago Town pizzas, you know the microwave ones?
Yeah.
Right? Put them in the microwave, cook them, right? Take
Yeah.
them out, let them rest. Then you stick in some like fries to go into the microwave.
Okay.
Cook them, take them out. Put them on the pizza, sandwich them. Sandwich.
That is vile.
Well,
You've never done that though, have you?
I have done that.
Oh. As a whole meal, you had two Chicago Town pizzas as a sandwich with fries in the middle.
It's a whole meal, a starter.
Did it have a name?
No. I don't name these things.
Okay, what's your other bit of advice? Not comedy. What would you tell everyone? What's your favourite thing to tell people?
My favourite thing to tell people? I don't know. I've not got much advice. I'm not really a man of advice. People shouldn't listen to me.
I would agree with that, but everyone's going to be doing this from now on in. Crystal said we put M&M's in the microwave for a minute. And
I gave you a microwavable related one.
That's fucking minging though. That was disgusting. That no one will be trying that. Chicago Town pizzas don't even exist anymore.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yes.
Right, okay, so you're not full of advice, you're not a wise man.
I'm not a wise man, no.
You're not a wise man, but yet your job is a tour guide.
Uh-huh.
You're out there on the streets telling lies.
Telling history.
Telling history to tourists. So why should they listen to you?
Because history is one thing, advice is like if they say, "Oh, what year was the Battle of Bannockburn?" I can tell them that. If
16.
They say, nope.
13.
Yep.
12.
Nope.
1350.
No, you were closer.
1330.
You were closer with the first one.
I don't fucking care.
It was 1314.
Oh, that was quite close.
I know. I was, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. But if they ask me that, cool, I can tell them. 1314, midsummer. If they ask me, "Oh, Angus, what should I do about my divorce?" I don't know.
No one's asked you that, have they?
No. But if they did,
What would you say?
I wouldn't know what to tell them. I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Get a lawyer.
get a lawyer up. Make sure that you keep the kids, right? I don't care what she's saying, accusing you of. You keep the kids."
This is shocking advice.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not good at it.
Yeah, that's fair. I've been on your tour.
Yes.
I went on your tour. Was it before COVID?
I don't think it was. I think it was mid.
Yeah.
I remember my favourite thing about you coming on my tour was you came on the tour, afterwards we went for a pint, and you were like, "Right, let's go through this again," and then you talked about each stop as if it was a bit in a set.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I don't remember anything you told me that day. We went on that tour. So we'll probably say Angus is a tour guide. Does walking tours around Edinburgh. A very good one at that. You're very highly rated on TripAdvisor. You can get a lot of people saying, "Go on this tour." So if you ever come to Edinburgh, I mean, I don't want to say it, but it was actually really good. Thanks. I didn't want it to be good.
Thanks. I like to think that I am the best in the country at what I do.
Okay, that's not. You can't really measure that though, can you?
You can't.
Is there awards for tour guides?
There are, but well, not really. There's awards for the industry, but it's people like that are like working in PR and stuff like that.
Fuck them.
Maybe like run hotel chains and
right.
shit.
No one wants to hear from them.
No.
But you're out there in the streets
I'm on
every
the front
day.
line. I'm in the streets.
You're in the front line. You're telling people about, and admitted that you say you just tell people lies about Harry Potter.
I say that on stage, but I'll say this: everything I say about Harry Potter is true.
Okay.
Like one of my favorite things to say is, it's not particularly well written.
All right. Okay.
Because it's not.
I've never read it.
Have you not?
No.
Can you read? I've spoken to you about books before, but I've never read that. I've never heard you say, "Oh yeah, I've read that." Like, have you ever read a book? Like, can you get through a book? Like, I'm fairly certain you can read, but
Yeah, I swear to God, like the books I've read have been like footballers' autobiographies.
Because comedians' autobiographies. Yep, that's it.
Autobiographies. It's so basic. I've always wondered, like, because I don't honestly. Sometimes I always wonder, like, how me and you are friends, because we're just so different in some ways.
In some ways, but in other ways,
You're quite, and I hate it. I'm not going to try and like rip you to pieces on this podcast, but you're quite an intelligent person. You know a lot. I know. But you do. You're out there talking about history and everything like that, and I know nothing. Brilliant. Yeah. So we're going to get Tech Coben to look up some good reviews or find the 1 star. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do this? I should have.
Yeah, you should have done your research. Yeah. What you really want to look up is TripAdvisor for Sandeman's New Europe, and then search 1 stars. You will find one of my absolute favorites. I can quote it word for word.
No. Well, we're going to get on the screen in the background. So yeah, it's quite funny because you retain information. I don't retain anything. So you're actually out there because we went on a tour. How long did the tour last?
2 hours.
And this is how bad it is. I can't even remember if there were other people there. Was I the only one there?
No, that would have just been us hanging out.
So I went on so bad. My memory's so bad. So I went on a walking tour. There was loads of other people there.
Yeah. There were.
The one thing I remember is at the east end of George Street.
That was just us. That wasn't the tour. That was just us going for a walk.
Right, okay.
Oh, but tell me about the statue.
All I remember for this hour-long walking tour plus...
That wasn't a walking tour. That was just walking through town.
And all I remember is that statue has a dog at its feet.
What's the dog called?
I don't know.
Toby.
Toby the dog.
Who's the statue of?
Again, I don't know.
James Clerk Maxwell. Why is he special?
He invented penicillin?
He did not invent penicillin.
Right, again.
No one invented penicillin. Come on.
Yeah, they did.
They discovered it.
So, right. So you're out there on the front line in the streets.
Yep.
What made you want to do this? Like, how did you become this? Because this is like it's quite a unique job.
Yeah, it kind of is. There's not many of us, but I go on holiday. I like to travel. I'm a traveling man, and I go on tours when I go on holiday. Like,
yep.
I was in Lisbon in Portugal. I was a little family trip back in 2015 with my mum, my dad, my sisters as well, and they brought some mates with them too. They went hung out with their mates quite a lot, where I just hung out with my mum and dad because
you're the cool guy.
Really cool. I don't know. I think once you get to about your late 20s, you start being like kind of cool with your parents again. You can spend time with them.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
they were on holiday.
They were sick of me.
Oh god, yeah, I can imagine.
Days, but I enjoy spending time with them. But we went on a couple of tours, and I was like, oh, this is really fun. I'd like to maybe one day set up my own tour company.
Okay,
that's what I want to do, and that's just something that sat in my head for like the next year and a half. And at the time, I was working for a bank, one that I'm not going to name.
Name it.
Let's just say it's a royal one.
RBS.
From Scotland. Oh, let's not get ourselves.
Why can you not name it?
NDAs.
Fuck off! You've not signed an NDA.
No. Official Secrets Act.
Yeah, you've not signed anything like that.
No, I've not. But I was working there at the time, and in late 2016, I left that job. I quit.
Yeah, that's normally what happens when you leave a job. Yeah.
I got fired.
Okay, right. Okay, I was wondering why there was a big long pause there.
I got fired from that job.
What'd you get fired for?
Oh, it was so stupid, man. Like,
well, we'll be the judge of that.
So, one of the things I did, this is really boring, but one
is
of the
this
things...
fraud?
No, I did not commit fraud.
Okay.
I was working in a department that looked after like electronic payments, like BACS payments and stuff like that. And one woman phoned up. This was like late at night. It was the last time. She phones up. I grab the phone. I'm not even meant to be on the phones at the time, but I grab the phone. I was like, oh, okay, ask her a bunch of security questions, reset her password. I'm like, there you go, that's sorted out, catch you later. 2 minutes later, phone goes again. Again, I'm the only one there, so I grab it, and it's her again. She's the only person I've spoken to in an hour and a half. And she goes, oh, Angus, thank God it's you again. I was like, yeah, it's lucky you got back to me. And she's like, oh, it's not worked. I was like, oh, let me just send it again. Bang, done it again. 2 days later, pulled in an office.
You didn't ask the questions again,
Didn't
did
ask
you?
security questions again.
You fucking...
So stupid.
Tits.
But who else was it going to be?
And so you got... That was enough to get sacked?
Well...
Oh, right, okay, there's a line...
No. They were like, we're going to go for like a disciplinary procedure.
Okay.
And the outcome of that could be termination.
It's going to be termination.
And then they said, but you can also like just quit.
Oh, right, okay. So
they reference, so I quit and kept the reference.
Those dirty Royal Bank of Scotland bastards.
I know, right?
Okay, so you quit.
So I quit that.
Right.
That was in November, like late November.
So you they kind of forced your hand on that one.
Yeah. In early December, I had an interview with a company who do walking tours in the Royal Mile, and they rejected me, which was annoying, but that worked out to be the best thing because I would have been an employee there. Like getting a salary, working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It would have been every weekend. It would have been a bit shit.
Yeah.
Because of that, I then went to one of the companies that does free tours.
Yep.
And they took me because I said I was willing to work on Christmas Day. So throughout December, I went on a tour. Did my first tour on Christmas Day 2016, and that's been me since.
Oh, what a bleak Christmas Day that was. Who went on a tour on Christmas Day?
Some people do, because if you're traveling and you're looking for stuff to do when you're on holiday, on Christmas Day, everything's shut. So if something's open, you go and do it. So it was quite busy.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Also, not every country in the world celebrates Christmas.
Very good point. You've exposed me there for being ignorant again.
But there was one American family on it that really pissed me off because they didn't tip. To be honest, that's the whole point of a free tour.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. If you tell someone it's free, though,
yeah,
people will do that.
You can't be surprised if they don't give you any money.
We've done free shows before. We've done free comedy shows before.
Yeah.
And people walk out, even though you're holding a bucket full of money.
And you've said to them.
And you've said to them,
bucket.
I remember the best one. This girl I was in the way of the door, and she just went, "Excuse me," and pushed me, pushed the bucket out of the way, and like made eye contact with me.
It's nice when your mum comes to the show.
Just pushed me out of the way, and I was just like, "Fair play."
Yeah.
If you've got the balls to do it, do it.
Yeah. If you've got the brass neck to do it, I kind of respect it.
Yeah.
I did one free tour once where there was just this family. They were American, and the mum and the dad fucked off midway through the tour. I had no idea where they were, and they left like one lassie who was like maybe 16, like, and then a child, like an actual child, and I was like fucking babysitting now. So I do the tour. At the end, I'm like, okay, now it's time for you to pay me, and then I see them talking to each other, and then the wee lassie, 3-4 years old, comes like stoating over to me and hands me a penny, and I was like, oh, thank you so much.
What a fucking frigid bitch. Frigid's not the right word, is it? I'm going to say...
Yeah, that's the wrong word. What do you think I was wanting to do with this child?
What's the word I'm thinking? Frugal.
Frugal, that's right.
Yeah, tight. Fucking that's getting edited out.
Calling her frigid then tight. I'm talking about an actual child, Ralph.
I actually was sitting there and I was like, it's like my brain wasn't working. I was like, what word am I trying to go for here? And I think it's frigid. And I was like, no, that's not the right word. Fucking hell. Right, so here Angus is. I'll put a link in the episode description for anyone that wants to see this. Okay, right, here we go. So in September 1st, 2019, someone just gave you 2 stars and wrote bad, not worth the money at all, and it was a free tour. We signed up for the Darkster tour. Our tour guide Angus. The guy lacked enthusiasm.
Me. I mean, there was a strong possibility I was very hungover because.
Excellent.
I'm not professional.
We spent 90% of the tour walking and at best 10% storytelling. If we didn't pay for the tour, we would have left halfway. This tour is really nothing more than a walk in the dark. It covers various hills. There must be something better or better stories. What the fuck were you doing in October 18? To cap all, it ended in one of 2 cemeteries. It would have been nice for him to advise the way back to the start and leaving many of the group. What a bastard. His ending was the usual. If you like the tour, my name is Angus, but if not, Dave. Yes, his name is Angus, and this is one tour to avoid.
That's something that every tour guide does. Every tour guide's like, oh, if you really enjoyed the tour, leave a review with my name in it. My name is Angus. If you've not enjoyed the tour, then my name's Stephen or David or something like that.
And this woman
and
was
she
just like,
he said this, but his name is Angus.
So you got 2 stars from Busy Bee in Sussex. So that was the 2 stars, right? Have you ever seen them before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I check it.
I mean, to be fair, you've done like this for like 6 years. The fact you've only got 2-star reviews is not bad.
Yeah.
What's your 1-star review?
1-star, and again, you remember these. There was a Dutch guy that put up a picture of me as well.
God, even called you out.
Called me out by name. My favourite one was this Italian guy who was there with his sister and his mum. His sister and his mum loved it. He didn't. He couldn't really understand me. I speak quite fast. And that can be a struggle for people.
Yeah.
He called me a fraud.
He called you a fraud?
Yeah, he was like, this is a terrible tour. Angus spoke too fast. He's not suited for his job. When we asked him to slow down, he refused. Not true. But my favourite thing about it was the fact that there was whenever you got 1 star, you got called into the meeting. Right? You called into the office, you'd have a little meeting with the boss. And the boss was this amazing Spanish woman who said, I'm not going to do the accent.
No, do it. That's not offensive.
I don't think I can do it, though. I don't think I can. I'll do it badly. She says, it's no wonder people leave reviews like that. That's why no one speaks Italian outside of Italy.
Ooh.
I was like, yeah, it's because they didn't colonise half the world, maybe, but...
I thought he was Dutch.
No, the Dutch guy left on our horrible, and he was a dick.
All right. So that's you work with the public every single day. No matter what the weather.
Yeah, if it's pouring more rain, we do it. But the only times that we've ever cancelled tours, and this is the only time in 6 years that I've ever seen us saying we're not doing tours, was when the Beast on East came. There was a red weather warning.
COVID?
Well, the whole world stopped then.
Yeah.
But not weather-wise, you know.
So weather-wise, it was just extreme snow.
We ran tours on the day of the Queen being moved from Holyrood Palace to St Giles Cathedral. Our start point is at the Market Cross.
Yeah.
Like at Adam Smith.
Jesus Christ.
It was very difficult.
I was in St Giles Cathedral for the first time last week.
Were you? Why?
Yeah. Went to a concert.
Oh, did you go to the Vivaldi?
Yeah. It was...
That's very cultured for you, Ralph.
Well, this is the ring, man. So... I wasn't even going to tell this, but it's come up quite naturally. Thank you, Angus. I spoke about the podcast or the Spotify rap thing. One of my top songs was this like kind of new version of like one of the songs from Four Seasons.
Right, okay.
It's like called Spring One. And I was like, I've just put it on loads, and it was like one of my top songs. And I was like, oh, and so my girlfriend is like, oh, she spotted that there was a concert in St Giles Cathedral, and we went in and automatically knew we were in the wrong place. We are not the type of people that go to a Vivaldi concert in St Giles Cathedral at Christmas time. Automatically, we were like...
Did you enjoy it?
No, I fucking hated it. I hated it from the second I walked in there. And there's a few reasons why. We were sat at the very back of the church.
Right.
Like the extreme back. Like we couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
They then played... The guy comes out and he goes, oh, we're just going to play a few other songs. And in my head... On the album, the Max Richter one, it's the first song on the album, and I was like, right, fuck it, we can just listen to this song and then we'll boost.
Get out.
We'll boost. Let's get the hell out of the show. The guy comes on and says, we're going to play like these 6 songs. Each of them have like 5 movements, and I was like, oh my God.
How long was it?
Oh, I was so... But that was... And then we're going to have an interval, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to play Four Seasons. And automatically, I'm like, this is awful.
Yep.
So... We're sitting through these really boring songs, really, really boring. Context for this, me and my girlfriend went to an art gallery at the National Modern Gallery. The Gallery of Modern Art.
Yeah. Which one? One or two?
Fucking, I don't know. We went in there and I was... You know me. Do you think you would see me in an art gallery?
Sure.
Be honest.
No.
Be honest. Am I the type of person you would go to an art gallery?
No.
Nothing wrong with that, but it's just not for me.
Yeah.
So we're in there. I'm obviously taking the piss. We're going around. We're walking.
Yeah, that's part of the fun of it. I take the piss in galleries.
We go into the Scottish room. It's just us in this huge, big empty room, and I farted in this big room. It was hilarious for us. She ran out the room. She was appalled. She was just like, I can't believe you've just done that. Cut back to St Giles Cathedral. We're both sitting there. She can't concentrate because she just turns to me and she goes, I can't stop thinking about that time you farted in the art gallery. So now the pair of us are sitting at the back of the
Giggling.
church, pissing ourselves, laughing like we're stoned. It comes back after the break. The guy goes, right, now we're going to play Vivaldi Four Seasons. It starts, and I swear to God, it is nothing like the modern version that started.
No.
So
Did you ever listen to the original?
Never.
Nah.
Never. So I didn't know anything, and I was like, right, I think it's going to be maybe in about 3 songs' time, so we hear that. He plays the entire thing through.
And you don't recognise a thing?
I don't recognise a single thing. Not a single thing. And then I was just like, all right, we're maybe going to have a break. Everyone gets up, starts giving a big standing ovation, and I was just like...
That's it.
Oh, it's over. It's over. I can't believe we've just fucking sat through that. And I wanted to be like, on the way out, I wanted to be like, did they play that spring song? So... Waste of money. Waste of about like 45 quid or something like that.
Was it 45 quid?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I think that lesson learned.
That was about the same price as it cost me to go see the Wu-Tang Clan. And I know which I think you'd rather.
I'd much rather go to that. Yeah. So lesson learned, I shouldn't be anywhere near culture.
I'm not big on classical music. I don't think it's good.
I know. It was just that one song. I was like, oh, that's quite good. But I think it's just because it's a modern version. And the whole time I was like, any song now, it's coming up. Didn't fucking come up.
Didn't do it.
And I swear to God, the whole place was like, oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Didn't move you.
Didn't move me.
Didn't make you feel something.
I was fucking raging.
Right, fair enough.
I was absolutely fucking livid because it was freezing at the back of the church.
Yeah.
And I just sat through like 2 hours of classical music.
Jackets on the whole time.
Yeah, 2 hours of classical music for no reason. Merry Christmas.
When was that? Last week?
That was literally... In fact, this was... What day is it today?
Sunday.
This was Wednesday.
Fuck.
Fucking Wednesday night. Ruined. Right, how the hell did we get onto that? Oh, you were just talking about going to the starting point was at the St Giles Cathedral.
Oh, when the Queen was... when the Queen was dead, yeah.
And then they were like, no, you're still doing it.
Well, the company were like, we're not cancelling because of the Queen. We're not taking time off for that. That's nothing to do with us. But I was like, but what about the literal hundreds of thousands of people and the road closures? Like, doesn't matter. So we just had to go like straight off the mile, straight down like Old Fish Market, close past Wings.
Yeah.
In the Cowgate, then along the Grass Market.
We went to Wings before it and I spewed up in the toilet in Wings on Wednesday.
Should you have been at this concert? You probably killed a bunch of people.
No, it was just because one of the sauces was disgusting. I went up and spewed up. We're not keeping that in.
I think you should. I think it really paints you. Like,
It was just like rum covered sauce.
oh, why'd you get that? I know you like rum, but
Well, that's the thing. I thought, but it was just like pure rum.
ugh.
And I took it and I was just like, oh my God, that's disgusting. So imagine that's the start of the night. So we get to the end of the night. I've spewed up in the toilet in Wings. We go and see Vivaldi. We don't hear the song I want to hear.
You didn't even shit yourself to lighten the mood.
I didn't even shit myself to lighten the mood. None of that happened.
Had opportunities.
And then I went home and then that was it. Worst fucking night of the month.
There you go.
Oh, that's the... What's above us?
It's the Ghost, is it? The Ghost Tour?
Ghosts.
That's, the thing, that's what they do. Like, I can never really get on board with the kind of ghosty stuff. Like the underground stuff, you know, they walk you, down a hill. Mm-hmm. You go in a door. You then go upstairs. And like, now we're underground.
I know.
We're upstairs. How can we be underground?
I remember when I first moved to Edinburgh when I was younger, I went on a ghost tour, all the family, and a guy jumped out at me. They don't jump out at you anymore, do they?
Some of them might. Mine never did. Like, whenever I did a dark history tour, I would never.
And the guy jumped out at me, and I don't know why I shouted this. I just went, you're a pervert! You're a pervert! In front of a group of about
What age
40
were
people.
you?
Maybe like 8, 9.
How did you know about perverts?
I have no idea. You know when you just hear a word when you're younger? Or you just say it, and I said this, and I shouted, and I pointed.
Guy just jumped out, and you were like, he's touched me!
He's a beast. Yeah, I just shouted, he's a pervert, and then the guy just kind of ran off.
He was like, no, I'm not.
Just have to kind of break character for a minute. I just like to say I did not touch that child.
Maybe it was. Maybe
Maybe
it wasn't part
it
of the
could have
tour.
been. Maybe
he
it
was
could
just
have
about
been.
to snatch you, and you saved your own life.
Oh, well, thank God, by the way. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Right, so who are the worst people? If the public aren't the worst people you work with, who are the worst people out there that you have to encounter? Who's the worst person you've ever worked with?
Nope.
Why? Why?
Because I'm friends with them on all my social medias, and I'm not gonna be a part of that.
So who's the worst person you've worked with then? Why can you not name them?
Oh, because I think that's unfair. Who's the worst person in your office?
I mean, I've worked with some fucking awful people over the years.
I mean, if you want to talk about the worst person I've ever worked with, like, at all, not as
Yeah.
a tour guide, then I can answer that.
Go for it. Who is it?
John Rigney.
Wow, double naming.
Yeah, right. He's never going to see it.
Right, you go first. I'll go next.
Right, so this guy was my manager at the bank, and he was like ex-forces and was just
Already hate
an
him.
aggressive man.
Already hate him.
He was just your typical aggressive ex-forces guy. He bullied people in the department. Yeah, I hate him. I hate him. I hate everything about him.
What did he ever say to you?
He commented on my weight quite a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. And did he get fired before you?
No, he's still there.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he said that, and all he got was a warning.
Really?
I think he got suspended for a week.
Fucking hell.
Me, speak to the same. It was the same fucking woman.
Yeah.
I get canned.
Can't.
It was the best thing that ever happened to me, to be fair.
Yeah.
Got me out of that show.
It's mental like that you guys even still surviving on that job.
Yeah.
I've got the worst person I've ever worked with by a mile. We'll change the name. We'll call them Frank. Right? I can see you trying to look over there. Don't look at the notes.
I changed it. I changed the name as well.
You did. I'm changing the fucking name. So Frank was. Have you ever met like the biggest jobs worth you've ever met in your life? Like Frank tops any of that.
Right.
Like you've never seen anything like this. Just a total like would grass people up for not doing things. Thought he was like the MD of the company. Used to like and he was essentially, and we were all like administrators in some way, shape or form. But he was just an administrator, just like us. But he used to think because he sat next to the bosses
That he was like next.
he was the fucking big dick.
Yeah.
Frank made everyone's life like an absolute misery. Like I literally hated my job because Frank would come in and just be like just breaking my balls like day in, day out. So I decided to do something about it. And this is right, I've told this story before, and I don't know if this
What
is
did
gonna,
you plant?
No. This isn't a plant. I've told this full story before to my family, and they were like, "Fucking hell, that's devious." But it had to be done. Like, I literally hated my job,
Right.
And I was like, "I'm not going anywhere." So Frank has to go.
Okay.
So
Him or me?
it's him or me, and I was like, "Right, it's Frank." It's definitely not me because I can't be asked looking for a job.
Fair enough.
So what I did was I signed Frank up to job alerts. We all had access to each other's inboxes. I signed Frank up to a job alerts thing.
Yeah.
And then the double verify bit, I went into his inbox and accepted it. So then every Friday he would get job alerts coming through. I'd signed up for the same job alerts email. So when the job alerts came through, I'd be like, "Oh, have you seen this job that's came through?" And I
Just gently nudged him towards.
applying for one of the jobs. And then when he did, I encouraged him more, and he fucking left.
Great.
And no one in my work knows
That's
that.
devious, but it's not. It's not that bad.
I thought it
You
was.
got him a new job.
I mean, it wasn't great, but I could not handle my job, and I was just like, Frank needs to go.
I genuinely thought you were going to tell me that you'd sign up to job alerts, and then like your boss had seen that he was looking for another job, and was like, "Well, if that's the case, you can fuck off, Frank."
I mean, that would have been better, but everyone, like, I know people that I worked with there, I didn't tell anyone.
No.
If any of them are listening to this, they will know
What,
exactly.
Frank listens to it.
Fuck Frank.
Fair enough.
If anyone has listened to this, they will know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And yeah, Frank fucked off.
He didn't question why he just started receiving job alerts one day.
No, I genuinely think it's one of the most genius things I've ever done. And I not joke, when I was walking on air after Frank left,
I bet.
I was just
That's
having...
devious. Have you ever read The Art of War
No, what's that?
by Sun Tzu?
Oh, come on. We just had a conversation at the start of this podcast. Do you read books?
Yeah,
I told you I read comedian and footballers' autobiographies. Now you're asking me if I've read The Art of War.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite an old book.
Yeah. So
Tells
it's
you
not
how-
like that size.
No, you can get a wee condensed version of it.
I might do that. If it's on a YouTube channel, I might do that.
Yeah, you probably can get a good.
Okay. Why do you bring that up?
It's just that's the kind of thing that it teaches you. How to,
Yeah.
like outflank people and outthink them, outfox them. Sounds like that's what you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Fuck Frank.
Yeah.
So I think that's by far the worst person I've ever met. I also worked with someone who went to a... Do you know what a Steiner school is?
I know what a Steiner recliner is, but
I can't believe for once I know more than the guest.
what's a Steiner school?
A Steiner school is this...
It's nothing to do with the Steiner brothers, is it?
Are you talking wrestling?
Yeah.
It's not... Steiner, brother. Oh, Scott Steiner from last week. It's definitely not nothing to do with him.
No.
So a Steiner school, from what I remember, it's these schools where they put a more of a focus on like performance.
All right.
Like it's not a proper like education school.
Right.
And the kids that go to these schools are the most fucked up people you will ever meet. If you've ever met someone that's a bit like airy fairy and everything like that, they probably went to a Steiner school.
Right.
They are... Colbin, can we get a better definition of what a Steiner school is? Because these people, if you meet them in the wild, you will want to be out of their like company within like 5 seconds. And this
I don't
girl,
think I've ever met anyone like that.
you've never even heard of it.
No, but I don't think there's no one I know, and I know people in the arts. You know, we're in the arts.
It might not be. I might have got like. Come on, it's me we're talking about. This I've probably got the description of this wrong.
Waldorf education, also known as Steiner education.
Educational philosophy, founder of... Oh, fuck me. Education sounds holistic. Intellectual, artistic and practical skills with a focus on imagination and creativity. No, I was right. Fucking hell, I was actually right. And these people are just the worst because they think that they have been taught very special way. They are a very special breed of fuckwit. So I worked with one of them and she used to try and like bully everyone.
That can't possibly set you up for going into the world.
Apparently and it's a high fee paying school as well. These people do not fuck about.
Did she go to a university? Like,
Don't know. I think she
Like,
did.
do they get you qualifications that will get you into university, like further in higher education?
You know when you hear about things and it's just like kind of like a private school network. It's almost
Well,
like
it's money, isn't it? That happens in this country. You pay enough money, you go to university.
but it's like a badge of honor. And I think it's almost like kind of who you know.
Right.
So it's almost if you had that on a CV and someone go, "Ooh, Steiner School." Whereas if I saw Steiner School on a CV, I would set the CV on fire and I would
never
never
apply for a
fucking
job
speak to
here
that person again. They're awful people. And I wish I could remember actually more of her. But she tried to bully everyone. She tried to bully everyone. And
What way?
She just used to want everything her way. Like absolutely everything her way, and like everything had to like from the way we all sat at our desks. I remember when she went through my bin one time because I didn't recycle.
She went through your bin.
She went through my bin. And then from that day on, I deliberately put all things like that should have been recycled in my bin.
You were fucking the planet over out of spite.
I mean, it was, what year was this?
Before the planet started being...
It was 2013, before we even knew, before we knew
a thing about climate change. This is what I was back before. Jesus, Ralph.
Look, I don't regret it. She was a fucking nightmare of a human being, and I thought, right, that will do it. I'm just going to do that, and I did it every day. And I was just like, fucking chucking that recycling in there.
Make you feel good.
Oh, it made me feel brilliant. But that's the thing. But I didn't fuck up the planet because every day she used to come in and take the stuff out of the bin and go and recycle it.
So you just made her a bin raker.
I made her in a bin raker, but she was a horrible person.
That's what she gets for.
I've not the only people, the Frank guy and the Steiner School person. The only reason I did that is because they were horrible people.
I think that you've actually just scored a great victory in the class war there. You made a very rich person rake the buckets.
Yeah. Fuck the man.
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that. I have a victory.
Working class hero, Ralph Brown.
I mean, I've never been called that in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll kind of wrap it up with a few other things, right?
Right.
So, I've spoken about in this podcast about weird things I watch on the internet. Is there anything really niche that you watch out there that you like? What would your algorithm tell us about you?
What I get quite a lot of is, particularly on TikTok, there's this wee Irish guy that does woodworking.
Yeah,
he's fucking brilliant. I can't remember his name. I do follow him, but he doesn't use power tools, so he's always just using like chisels and files and stuff like that. So that's quite a weird thing to have, and a lot of true crime.
Oh, you one of them?
I'm not massively into it,
but there's you're into your history and everything like that.
If I'm like quite hungover though, I love making myself feel really anxious by watching true crime.
Really?
Stuff. Yeah.
Fucking hell,
I can make myself sick with it. There was one TikTok that came up, and it was like this lassie's dancing. She's doing this wee dance. And she's going, "Oh, you got a boyfriend? So what? So what?" And then it cuts to this lassie in like a field, and you hear like a gun cock, and she goes, "So what?" And then she goes off camera, and that has been stitched 7 million times because she fucking did it.
Yeah.
She was 24, I think. Her boyfriend was 26, and her boyfriend had also been like with a 16-year-old girl who said that she was pregnant, and her whole thing was like, well, I'm going to stop him from getting in trouble. The only way out of this. She just crept in her house and
she shot him.
Yeah, that's still on TikTok. You can look it up. You can see it.
Holy fuck, man.
Coben just shook his head. He's not.
No, that's not what. We're not putting that on the big screen. Holy shit.
It's wild. And that was in March. That was like less than a year ago.
So if it's not woodworking, it's true crime.
Yeah.
Anything else you really like watching that you're just like, it's a wee bit of a guilty pleasure?
When it comes to guilty pleasure, I love food YouTube, as you know. As you well know, food YouTube is one of my favourite places. Yeah. Binging with Babish, Joshua Wiseman, they're great. There was a really good one.
Fuck you, I know what you're going to do here.
Feeding Time with Ralph Brown. I think in episode 1 of this podcast, you played excerpts from it.
I did.
It's the only one that's still live on your page, isn't it?
Fucking hell, man. I knew, as soon as you said that, I was like, I know where he's going with this.
I love it, though, because I remember we talked about it when you were like, oh, I'm going to set up this food YouTube. I was like, great, I love food YouTube.
I remember you showed me that Binging with Babish.
Babish is great.
So if you are into food YouTube and you've not gone and watched Binging with Babish, that was what I was trying to be.
Yep.
That is what I was aspiring to be. And the quality of what he was cooking and the videos was insane.
There was something that you made. I can't remember what it was meant to look. Was it the cake?
There was a few things. There was a calzone that looked like it'd been on life support.
The calzone was wild.
The calzone.
You did a cake that was like salted caramel popcorn, no?
Yeah.
That was meant to have like a little kind of hat.
No. The caramel popcorn was meant to just sit on the top and you could like remove them one by one.
But yours is just this big ball.
I just turned it into a big golden wig of popcorn on top of the cake that just didn't work.
No.
I sat and ate that cake.
I bet you did.
And then
you made a cake.
And then I made the wedding cake. The wedding cake never made it to the light of day. And then I ate the wedding cake as well. Because that's what happens in lockdown when you're single.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You've just made a cake. You've got no one to have it with because there's no one there.
The most depressing days of my life is eating those cakes at like 3 a.m. Genuinely, I'll challenge anyone to have a more depressing lockdown moment than that. Anything else?
What do you like? What's your guilty pleasure?
Weirdly, like power washing porn. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh yeah, there's a guy on TikTok that does pools, Queen's pools.
Yeah.
So like, pools are absolutely filthy, like filled with mold and stuff like that.
And does he do like a time lapse of him cleaning it?
Yeah. And like, he goes like he drains it, then he's in there with like shoveling all like the muck out of it.
Yeah.
And then he power washes it, and then he puts water in, and he's like putting like shock to like bleach it and stuff like that.
What is it about that? Why is it that we as human beings like that?
Yeah.
I think I downloaded TikTok this morning.
Oh, you did?
I'm gonna start having a look on it to see, because everyone's just fucking mental on it.
Yeah. And it doesn't take much to do well on TikTok.
I watch your TikToks.
You did?
I watch your TikToks.
I think I might start playing my TikTok more.
I think you should, because I think you could play well with history, a bit of comedy, and people love Edinburgh. Like I don't.
love Edinburgh.
I take this city for granted big time. I get it's nice and everything like that, but fucking hell, it's boring.
There's a few TikTok accounts that are just about Edinburgh, and they've got huge followings.
All you need to do,
Most of them are boring.
all you need to do is just show a video of Victoria Street and play the Harry Potter music over the top of it.
I've done that.
Have you actually done that?
That's one of my TikToks. I mean, I show them other stuff like the Tom Riddle grave and stuff like that.
Have you actually done
Yeah,
that?
I've done that.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Yeah, I've put too much thought into what I'm going to do on this, and I'll end up just like,
Just make dumb shit.
yeah, I think that's it. All you need to do is dumb shit, and then you'll be fine.
Duet with people, lip sync with people, you'll get 30,000
Lip
followers. like
syncing,
that.
lip syncing is one of the heinous
Yeah.
crime against
I
humanity.
can almost immediately just, I'm going to switch.
Like I've said on the podcast before, the lowest form of entertaining is dogs that are dancing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom of the barrel.
No.
And just above that is lip syncing.
I think dogs that are dancing is better than that.
It's not fucking dancing though, is it?
I'd watch it.
You wouldn't watch dog
I'd
dancing.
watch dogs dancing. I wouldn't watch a lot of it. I wouldn't go to like a fringe show, but...
Oh, Angus.
I love dog videos on TikTok. They're
I
great.
love dog videos, but just when they're like, you know, the people are walking across the stage like that.
Yeah, no.
The dog's holding on to their hips and they're like,
No. See, when I say dog
awful.
dancing, I'm talking about that Vine, which was like the dog dancing to Africa by Toto, and it was just its front legs were going bum 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 ba-dum, bum bum.
Okay,
Loved
that's good, but it's when like the humans are like the
Yeah.
training to be like, oh, let's spin round.
Yeah.
That's what I hate.
Yeah, I would hate
That's the lowest form of entertainment on earth, and I will never change my mind about that.
I'd put magic just a little bit below it, to be honest.
You fucking do magic on stage. What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
do magic. I do a fake magic trick.
Right.
It's
Okay.
not real magic because I'm not a magician.
What else?
Someone asked me when someone that hates magic had been gigging. I come on stage, they only caught the end, and I'm like, Angus, do you do an actual magic trick? And just the disgust in her voice.
Who was that?
No, it was Fern Brady.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
She was so like, she's like disgusted. I was like, no, I don't. No, I really don't.
Tell you what, she got me into watching Taskmaster.
Great show.
I've never watched Taskmaster until this series. I am a full-blown fan of Taskmaster
Yeah,
now.
it's brilliant. So
That
dumb, so
show-
silly.
So good.
Yep.
That's I think I've spent most of the last month on YouTube just watching Taskmaster. It is, and I went from it being like, you know, people are like, oh, I'd love to get on a Taskmaster, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Why do they keep talking about that? I'm now like, oh, I want to get on Taskmaster.
Yeah. I think it's up there with like the Apollo now.
Well,
In terms of like what it means for your career when you get to that stage.
so I think that I've heard listen to loads of comedian podcasts, and they all say that like Apollo doesn't shift tickets. Loads of stuff doesn't shift tickets. Taskmaster
Shifts tickets.
is the one thing, and you can see that from Fern Brady, who's released a tour
Yeah.
and is now selling out these venues big
Huge
time.
venues, yeah.
Yeah, so fair play. But
She absolutely
Taskmaster,
deserves it as well. She's so good.
yeah, she's brilliant. So this is the point of the show where I go through my notes, my comedy notes, which I've been writing for like 6 years.
Yeah.
We're going to go through these. Some of these aren't really jokes
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's just maybe a premise or something, an idea, a story. We're going to go through these. You're going to pick your favourite, and then I'm going to try and do a bit on stage about it.
Okay. Are you going to record yourself doing it and then put it in next week's pod?
No.
Come on.
But basically,
The viewers want.
I know, but I've saved up a few of them. So Robin gave me one. I can't remember if Joe gave me one. Oh no, Joe was one way off piste.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ended up talking about a cucumber and a condom and everything like that. It was weird. Right, so I've got a few things here.
Right.
I don't know when I wrote this. These are really, really old ones. I just wrote Snapchat filters are for the mentally ill, which is kind of talk about. We kind of talk about that a little bit. I hate encores with a passion.
Like at a gig?
Like at a gig,
Yeah.
an encore, just don't fucking do it.
No,
If we know you're going to come back out,
I agree with you. I went to a band, they're called Deaf Heaven.
oh Christ, that
Fucking
sounds
class.
very Angus Coutts.
Yeah. Death Heaven, and the first time I saw them, they were like, we're not going to do the rock star bullshit, we're not going to do the encore, we're not going to come on, we're just going to stay and spend time with you. Great. I was like, yeah, good for you guys. Next time I saw them, away they went for 5 minutes and came back and did it. Yeah.
Why did they do it?
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's one of these things in life that just annoys me so much. And again, this isn't even about. I can't do this bit on stage.
You're just annoyed about it. Yeah.
I'm just so frustrated when they're just like, and everyone knows.
It's so tough when you start writing and you're thinking, right, what can I write about? Oh, what annoys me? I'll write this, and then you just get angry about it. No, fuck, I'm not talking about that.
I know, and that's just thing. Anytime I'm at a gig and they go, thank you very much, everyone. We love you. Thank you for coming out. And it's like, we know you've not played 3 of your biggest bangers.
Yeah.
Why? We know you're coming back out. Stop
like
acting
Marvel
like
films.
like,
Like the Marvel films that make you wait until the end of the credits.
I don't wait.
I don't. No, I kind of stopped going to them now.
Oh,
like,
they're fucking awful.
But the last one I went to, I think, was I don't think it was a Marvel. Maybe it's one of the Spider-Man ones. One of the new Spider-Mans.
I went to see one.
As soon as the credits started, stood up and walked out. You could see people looked at me like I was, like a monster.
I've been to see one in maybe the last 3 months. I don't know what it was. I don't know why I would have gone to see one. No, I'll tell you what it was. It was Thor Ragnarok. Thor, the sequel to Thor.
Dark World.
The most recent Thor movie. I went to see that at the cinema.
Yeah.
Hated every second of it.
Right.
It was the worst shit I've ever seen.
Love and Thunder was the most recent one.
That's it. Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I went to see that.
Shite, wasn't it?
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
I like that Taika Waititi,
Yeah.
but that was an abomination.
Yeah, Taika Waititi made 2 of my favourite films, which were Jojo Rabbit and
Love that.
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Loved them. Loved them both.
Excellent films.
And I don't go see Marvel films. I only went to that because I thought it was
him.
Because it was him.
Yeah.
And literally as soon as the credits rolled, I just stood up, and you could see the whole audience are just sitting there like, it's going to make no sense to the audio people. They'll listen to that, but I just sat there with a very dull look on my face. Right, I tell you what, let's push on through. I want to open a cafe where you can treat customers like shit.
They've done that.
Have they?
Yeah, Karen's Diner.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Have they actually?
Yeah, look it up. Karen's Diner exists.
No way.
Yeah.
Can't believe someone stole my business idea.
Someone stole your business idea from your bits from your notes from 6 years ago.
That's annoying. That is my dream. If I could fund my own cafe where I just get to treat people like shit, I think that would be an absolute winner. But it's been done.
Yeah, it's been done. Like they'd had Eddie Hall, the strongman guy.
Yeah.
So he went there. He was making a video of him going to it, and they literally made like little hats for him, put it on saying like Team Thor and stuff like that.
Oh,
And they're just
this is breaking my heart.
yeah. If you ask them for ketchup, they come over with like the squirty bottle and they just blast it onto your plate and just like too much.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
It's become a bit of a trend to take like your like elderly parents to it and not tell them the shtick
Oh,
of the
that
place.
would be good. I never even
That's
thought of that
brutal.
angle.
Yeah.
So they just think they're getting treated like shit.
Yeah, let's go to lunch, and someone comes in, sit down, what the fuck do you want? And they're like, she just said that. It's great. Their videos I watch a lot on TikTok.
Okay, right. Well, there we go. That's me lost that business opportunity.
Yeah.
But it should be, I think Scottish. Where is it? Where is it? This is happening.
I think it's in Manchester.
Fuck.
Might be Leicester. I don't know. It's somewhere in England.
Right, I'm gonna look that up. That's absolute bullshit. Right, okay. Next, there's only a few more. I just wrote, for a laugh, the government should have announced vaccines are mandatory.
Yes, they should.
I just think the government, if I was in charge, I would do a wee fake announcement every now and then, be like, it's fucking me out. And I think they just should. I think they should just come out and
I
say
don't think that would destroy trust any more than it already is.
I know, but people would freak the fuck out.
But the people that would freak out would be the people that would freak out regardless.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well,
That'd be great. I think it's a good bit.
I mean, it's anything vaccines probably like very dated now anyway.
I don't know. I think at some point we're going to have a reckoning, a big public reckoning about what just happened to us.
It does feel
that was 2 years of the most, like, it was traumatic, it was hard, it was disgusting, and now we're like, pubs are back.
Yeah, how weird does it feel that it just kind of feels
Less than a year ago.
It feels like if people did start rioting, you'd go, oh yeah, I get that. But it's weird that everyone's not.
No.
Too fucking apathetic in this country.
Yep. Any other country, bricks are going through windows just now.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck yeah. All right, I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, I think it could have been a laugh. Right, here's something I saw during lockdown in Portobello, where I live. There is a police station.
Yep.
That got shut down and made a part-time police station because of budget cuts.
Right.
During COVID, loads of teenagers were standing outside it with placards shouting, defund the police.
They're already getting
And
defunded.
I was like,
yeah.
let's fucking be defunded. It's only open on a Tuesday, you stupid bastards.
Like, you're achieving your goals there,
Yeah.
kids. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably not that funny. All right, here's one, right? You know how police are always pulling people over just in case crime happens?
Yeah.
They're always on the lookout for trouble. They're very proactive. Imagine an ambulance pulled you over. Weird that I say that as an ambulance just drove past outside.
Yeah.
An ambulance pulled you over, and the paramedics like stop and like kind of like shine a torch in the car and like,
Just, are you well? Are you...
yeah, is everyone all right in here? But I mean, that's probably not going to happen. Yeah. I can't believe I've just written this, but like 3 days before there's going to be an ambulance strike. That's definitely not going to fucking happen.
No, it's definitely not because they're not going to be doing their work anyway.
I know.
We support striking.
I think nurses should get a pay rise. I think that's a very good thing to happen. Nurses should get a pay rise because my mate's a nurse and she's due me 70 quid and I want it back.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
There we go.
It's not going to be a long bit.
I think that's just done.
All right.
So we'll end on that was an absolute fucking lull there to end that one with the fucking nurses bit and now that. But thank you very much for coming in, Angus.
Not at all. Thank you for having me. This has been an absolute pleasure.
I've really enjoyed it. I'll put all your social media links in the episode description.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say before you go?
Follow me on TikTok.
Are you actually going to start posting now?
I might start posting more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in, Angus.
It's been a pleasure.
This is fucking... Well, no one's done that before. We normally just wave to the camera. Wave properly to the camera. Goodbye, everyone.
Right.
Oh my... What was that? That's how I wave at people. Everything now.
I'm not ready.
Fucking hell. Oh, that was disgusting. Hope I never hear that again.
I can't get past it.
You fucking bit. Right, okay, right. Let's get the little recording bits done. So you're just going to do these wee bits.
Right.
I'll just read it out. You read it back and then you can do it in like accents. What accents can you do?
Do a good West African. Probably
Right.
shouldn't.
This has to all be kept. Right. So you're going to go...
Northern Irish.
Right, okay, right. So do it as Northern Irish, but
Right.
your dog has just died, as you say this part.
Okay.
Ooh, it's part one. Let's have some fun.
Oh, it's part one. Let's have some fun.
Your dog's died.
I'm very upset.
Okay. Part two. You're American,
Okay.
but your dog's just died. Welcome back. Right, this is what you're going to say. Part two, welcome back. Get your wee listening ears ready. Part two is going to be a blooming belter.
Sorry, can I read that?
No, part two, welcome back.
Part two, welcome back. No, my dog's not out there. Part two, welcome back.
Get your wee listening ears ready.
Get your wee listening ears ready.
Part two is going to be a blooming belter.
Part two will be a bloomin' belter.
What happened to your dog?
Got hit by a bus.
And then part three, your scouse.
Okay.
And
But dog just died.
so you're going to say part three, it's just a short part, almost finished, baby. That's a guarantee.
Part three.
That was gross. That was gross. It's worse than the water in my ear.
No, it wasn't. Part three. It's really short. We're almost done.
That's a guarantee.
That's a guarantee. My dog's dead.
Right, okay, and then the final part. So when you say, get your notes out, you bloody wee fanny, I won't tell you again.
In what voice?
What not voice would you like to do?
I'll do a Canadian accent if that's all right. Part four, get your notes out, you wee fanny. Like
Get
that.
your notes out, you bloody wee fanny, I won't tell you again.
Okay, right. Oh, hey, buddy, part four, eh?
That's literally not the line.
Why don't you get your notes out?
It's not part four.
Oh, that's,
It's get your notes out, you bloody wee fanny, I won't tell you again.
oh, hey, buddy, get your notes out.
Get your
Get your bloody notes out, you...
Right. Get your notes out, you bloody wee fanny.
Get your notes out, you bloody wee fanny.
Why have you just gone Norfolk?
I don't know.
Get your notes out, you bloody wee fanny, I won't tell you again.
Get your notes out, you bloody wee fanny, I won't tell you again.
That was good.
That wasn't Canadian, though.
Also, no one else has done that, but thanks.
Good.
But you did well. You did well. I might introduce that as a new bit.
Yeah, you should.
So thanks for that.